AEW has canceled some very big plans. We're going to talk about it in today's video. As always, timestamps in the description down below. And if you guys want more videos like this, go ahead and click that subscribe button and ring that bell. Lots of big things happening. You don't want to miss it. So with that being said, I want to kick things off. I want to start things off with Impact Wrestling because they made a major announcement today. They have announced that they have a streaming deal with DAZN. Now, this is actually really big news because Impact Wrestling currently in the United States is on Access TV. Now, for a lot of people who don't live in the United States, what they typically do, or if they have a cable provider that doesn't provide Access TV, what they tend to do is just sign up for like the Ultimate Insiders Impact YouTube subscription service. Now, it's actually a cool thing that Impact does. I mean, it's a very inexpensive way to gain access to their product, but for people that don't live in the United States, if they really want an easy way to watch Impact and its pay-per-views, they can now watch Impact on DAZN, which is going to be televised in more than 170 countries. So for those who always talk about Impact Wrestling getting a big TV deal, in North America, yeah, they may or may not be sticking with Access. There's no way to really know at this point. There's been rumors for a while that they were searching for a new TV deal. But when it comes to international access to Impact Wrestling's product and its pay-per-views, and most people that I talk to that have DAZN, they typically have it for boxing, for soccer. There's a lot of stuff you can get on DAZN. So for those people who are looking for more value from their DAZN streaming package, well, now Impact Wrestling is on that list. And this is a big deal for Impact. You know, this is, I mean, if you think about it, the UK, Ireland, Switzerland, Austria, France, Poland, Italy, Netherlands, Japan, Brazil. I mean, literally now they are going to be given the opportunity to watch Impact, and they're going to get the pay-per-views and live events. So that is a really good thing. I'm very curious to see how this works because DAZN is something that I felt like could have been a big deal in the United States. For some reason, it didn't necessarily take off as good as I thought, but my personal experience with it has actually been pretty sweet whenever I use the service. So I'm excited to kind of see what happens here for Impact. How much is it going to change the product? Will it help overall viewership? It is something that definitely intrigues me. So good on Impact for making that happen. But then also, too, I just want to acknowledge, I still think it is important that Impact Wrestling signs a better TV deal than Access TV. Granted, Anthem, who owns Impact, owns Access TV, so there's a lot of benefits from them being on that channel. But if you're looking for the most visibility, Access TV is not that solution, and I still think in the coming future we'll see a change there, and hopefully I am right. I want to turn our attention to Andrade. Yeah, so, you know, there's been obviously a lot of rumors about Andrade. Is he unhappy in AEW? Is he trying to get out of AEW? Then he posted some stuff on Instagram with him saying bye. I feel like it's just necessary to provide this update because Andrade has actually provided a massive update. He was working a few months ago with a torn pectoral muscle, and he actually worked injured, basically. And so now he's had surgery. It's his first surgery. And, you know, I think all of the things that I was talking about before, you know, with him and Preston Vance and, you know, is Andrade working out of AEW, I believe that right there was Andrade and AEW just playing into the rumors. I genuinely believe that. And the fact that he was working with a pectoral tear, I feel like it now makes sense as to why he was kind of writing himself off of AEW. Now, with that also being said, I just want everybody to keep in mind, especially in this situation with Andrade, you know, he's going to be out for some time, probably come back into AEW. I'm assuming he's going to go right back into the mix with Preston Vance, Roosh, and you know, the Butcher, the Blade. I think they're going to keep that going, and we'll kind of see what comes from that. But yeah, this is a very interesting thing. I still don't have a change of tone when it comes to Andrade being booked better in WWE than AEW. But now this makes sense as to why Andrade probably wasn't used much. Now this explains a lot as to why Andrade, you know, was tweeting and Instagramming the way he was. So ultimately, if Andrade is unhappy in AEW, I don't think that narrative actually exists based on the information we have now. But this is why I think it's good to disclose injuries, man. And I know AEW and WWE, they're kind of weird with how they do it. but I think disclosing injuries, there's a lot of reasons it comes with a deep conversation, but I just think, a lot of people are speculating so much on something, and AEW and WWE, they kind of keep silent on it, and I get why they do it, but also at the same time too, it would save everybody a lot of time and frustration. So nonetheless, Andrade is going through his healing process, and we'll see what happens there. And for our final story of the day, Stokely Hathaway dropped some very, very interesting news, guys. I thought this was absolutely mind-boggling because he did two things. One, he confirmed that CM Punk is now with the company, so that's a very interesting thing. But he was on the Sessions podcast with Renee Paquette, formerly known as Renee Young, and basically he said that everything that was supposed to happen with the firm did not happen. Back at All Out, what happened immediately after the pay-per-view, that was a huge part of it. The person we were supposed to directly feud with is no longer in the company. He says that was the one thing I was looking forward to because I was hand-chosen for that role. I'm just going to say it. I don't know the specifics about people choosing sides. I just know that CM Punk said, hey, I want to work with this guy. That means a lot regardless of what has happened. Now, I'm kind of torn with the firm and their booking and everything with AEW because I feel like they should be treated as a way bigger deal. They were kind of thrown into the middle of some stuff with Moxley and MJF. And again, I feel like that this makes sense, right? CM Punk in the all-out situation definitely made Tony Khan pivot. Now, when it comes to the overall idea of this feud between Stokely Hathaway and the firm together against CM Punk, it makes me wonder what AEW's grand plan was. Now, I think the idea of CM Punk going through each individual member of the firm until he gets to the big boss man could have actually been a really good thing, but that's one thing with AEW and the firm. I'm not really sure exactly who is the big boss man of the firm. Originally, we all thought it was MJF. We all know that's not the case. But the idea of CM Punk going through one by one, telling a story, I feel like it actually could have been really good. So it's kind of unfortunate. And then obviously the promo battles between Stokely Hathaway and CM Punk would have been very enjoyable to watch. Ethan Page and Punk probably could have had a great match. I think the Ass Boys, I feel like they could have had a good match with Punk. Lee Moriarty and Punk, we saw that before, so we don't know exactly what would have happened, but the idea that they had to pivot away from this, it's unfortunate, and it just kind of shows AEW has been getting screwed a lot because of certain things happening behind the scenes, but nonetheless, Stokely Hathaway now publicly mentioning that Punk is no longer in the company, very interesting. We'll see what comes out of it. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching.